What happens when two people from different backgrounds share a common platform and their perspectives collide? Let's take a journey into the world of Back on Figg, a podcast that prides itself on bringing raw, unfiltered stories to the ears of its devoted listeners. The show is hosted by two individuals, T-Rell and Smack, who are as different as chalk and cheese. T-Rell, a man known for his assertiveness and ability to control the narrative, often finds himself at odds with his co-host, Smack. Smack, on the other hand, is a breath of fresh air with his openness and willingness to wear his heart on his sleeve. He believes in presenting his true self rather than a persona to the audience. This openness, however, does not sit well with T-Rell. He feels Smack's emotional transparency detracts from the podcast's image, creating a tension that often underlies their conversations. In addition to their professional relationship, the dynamic duo also shares a personal connection. T-Rell's long-term girlfriend, Heather Sanders, is a regular presence on the show. Heather, a Texas native, enjoyed a comfortable upbringing with her two parents, a stark contrast to T-Rell's life experiences. When Heather moved to California to be with T-Rell, she had to quickly adapt to a life of self-sufficiency without the safety net of her parents. This transition led to a heated argument between Heather and T-Rell on what constituted a struggle. While T-Rell sees her newfound independence as a natural part of adulthood, Heather views it as a significant challenge. But T-Rell's biggest issue isn't just about the differing opinions, it's about the fact that he can't control them. He believes that everyone's opinion is just that, an opinion. But as the conversation began, the tone and vibe heated up, signaling that this was more than just a disagreement. Little did they know, a simple disagreement would soon evolve into a full-blown argument. Have you ever questioned what truly defines a struggle? Enter Heather Sanders, a woman who had been swaddled in comfort and luxury, a Texas native who grew up with two doting parents. They lavished her with everything she could possibly desire, shaping a world for her that was devoid of the harsh realities many face. But then, she chose to leave this sanctuary behind and ventured to California, lured by the allure of T-Rell and the promise of a new life. In California, Heather found herself in unfamiliar territory. She was no longer the pampered princess of her Texas home. The safety net of parental support had vanished, and she was thrust into a world that demanded her to fend for herself and her newfound family. This sudden shift in lifestyle, this crash course in independence, was what Heather began to identify as a struggle. This, however, did not sit well with T-Rell. He had a different perspective, a different definition of the term struggle. For T-Rell, struggle was not about stepping out of a plush comfort zone into a world of self-reliance. No, struggle was something far more profound. It was about growing up without the luxury of parental support, without the safety net that Heather had enjoyed. It was about making the right decisions as an adult, about carving out your own path despite the odds. And so, the stage was set for a clash of opinions. As the conversation between Heather and T-Rell deepened, the tone shifted. The atmosphere tensed as both parties held on to their beliefs with steadfast conviction. Words were exchanged, voices raised, and opinions challenged. T-Rell, with his belief that one cannot control the opinions of others, found himself caught in a whirlwind of emotion, trying to steer the narrative while grappling with the complexities of human perspectives. The conversation took a heated turn, the air filled with tension and unresolved issues. The clash of opinions had begun, setting the stage for a drama that was yet to unfold. Can one really control the opinions of others? This question has been playing out in the drama surrounding the Back on Figg podcast. T-Rell, the host, has been striving to steer the narrative, but his efforts have been met with resistance, frustration, and even open defiance. T-Rell's struggle to manage the narrative is not just about maintaining the show's image, it's about something much deeper. It's about his core belief, a belief that life is a struggle only when you don't have it growing up. This belief was challenged during a heated argument with his long-term girlfriend and co-host Heather Sanders. Heather, having been raised in a two-parent household in Texas, had a different perspective on what constitutes a struggle. She believes that struggle is not exclusive to the past. It can also be about the present. about having to fend for oneself in adulthood without parental support. This difference in perspective sparked a fiery debate, revealing deep-seated issues between T-Rell, Heather, and their co-host Smack. Smack, too, had his own bone to pick with T-Rell. He felt restrained from expressing his emotions openly on the podcast, a platform he believed should be about authenticity rather than maintaining a certain image. These clashes of opinion brought to light the complexities of their relationships, both on and off the podcast. It showed how each person's unique experiences shape their perspectives, and how these perspectives can sometimes clash in a shared space. The aftermath of the argument was a whirlwind of emotions, a storm that left everyone reeling. The tension in the room was palpable, the air thick with unsaid words and unresolved issues. Yet, amidst all this, there was a sense of revelation, a sense of understanding that perhaps, just perhaps, it's okay to have differing opinions. In the end, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about understanding and accepting the diverse perspectives that each individual brings to the table. In the light of the drama, what can we glean from it all? Let's take a moment to reflect on the saga between T-Rell, Smack, and Heather. T-Rell's attempt to control the narrative and dictate the definition of struggle led to friction and disagreement. His inability to accept Smack's openness and Heather's differing perspective on struggle brought to light a valuable lesson. Attempting to control others can lead to conflict and misunderstanding. It's crucial to understand that everyone's perspective is their own unique lens through which they view the world. It's not for anyone else to judge or control. Smack's desire to show his true self and not a character, and Heather's struggle to become independent, remind us of the importance of being true to ourselves. The key takeaway here is that we should strive for understanding and acceptance rather than control. Remember, everyone has a story, everyone has a struggle, and everyone has a voice. It's not about control, but about understanding, acceptance, and growth.